Hello everyone, I hope you're having a nice day. I'm coming to you from my bedroom again because I had everything set up for the video that I recorded last week, and I thought I'd record this one in the same situ to make life easier for me. So whilst you're watching this, I am hopefully having a lovely time in Switzerland, and I'm hoping that the weather for those of you in the UK has improved. So I'm here to talk to you about our newest release, our newest PDF pattern, the Coco jacket. Now this is one of the oldest, it is one of the oldest patterns. I think I designed it, about a year into Sew Over it being launched, and it's been a very successful class all these years, and so we've had a lot of requests to release this, so I'm sorry it's taken us so long to get to this pattern, but it's nice that it's finally out in the wild and you can all enjoy it. So I'm wearing my newest Coco that has been made. I think this was made back when I was pregnant. Can't remember, was it April makes maybe? Anyway, here I am in it, not pregnant, and loving it. And yeah, I don't know if it's my favourite because I feel like all of my Coco jackets are my favourites, but I do love it. And I'll just stand up so you can see. It's slightly shorter, if you remember, because the fabric that we had it wasn't enough, so we had to make it a bit shorter, but it's still a great length, so you can make it shorter if you've not got enough fabric. And I love it. It's in my Indian embroidered fabric, and I've got another one to show you that's also in an Indian embroidered fabric. So I wanted to show you all the ones that I've got here. There are some that I have that are at the shop, but just because there's such a variety and they look so different. So for me, the Coco jacket is very much a sort of day-to-day jacket that you can throw on. Obviously this is a bit more special, but the style is relatively casual, and you can make it look a little bit more officey with going with a plain darker fabric, or a bit more weekendy with choosing a brighter fabric, or a bit eveningy by choosing something like this. But it's generally a nice casual jacket. And when I spoke to Julie about this pattern, so this is one I worked with Julie on. Julie is our amazing pattern cutter and teacher who I've talked about before, and she did all this research into how Chanel made their classic kind of collarless jackets, and so a lot of research went into this. And initially it was a 3-part sleeve, because that's what Chanel did with their jackets, but we realised we didn't need that. But it is a 2-part sleeve, so it's nice and fitted, the sleeve, which it should be because it's meant to be quite a narrow sleeve. And then it's just made up of lots of panels. Now you can have fun with the lining. This is lined in rayon, but you can obviously line it in more of a kind of classic acetate lining, or you could line it in a crepe. I've got some in with the crepe there, I think. But yeah, okay, so this is Coco number 1. Love this one. I'm going to put on my next one. This is Coco number 2. Now this is much more classically Chanel-esque, in that it's got fringing on it, and it's also, you'll notice when you make them, that they are, because it's quite a close fitting jacket, if you make it out of a fabric that's got a bit of give in it, then you'll find that the jacket feels a bit bigger, and that's something to be aware of, certainly when you're using fabrics which don't have any give in it. So the last one that I just had on was certainly a bit of a tighter fit compared to this one, but it's exactly the same size. So these are, it's not fringed at the hem, but it's fringed here all around, sorry, not at the sleeve, but it's fringed all the way around the front neckline. And it's not actually, no, it's not at the hem there either. You could have the fringing go all the way around the bottom as well. So this feels a little bit more formal to me, but not formal. I would still just wear this to work with a plain top underneath. Nice with a molly top underneath actually. I've just got a basic feeding H&M top vest on, but yeah, it would be nice with that. Or even a nice shirt as well. Pussy bow blouse goes really well with a pussy bow blouse. You've got to think about your necklines when you wear something like this. So things with collars don't always go. Depends on how the collar sits. But yeah, often better with something with a lower neckline than the jacket. And this has got lovely, snazzy, spotty, silky satiny lining, which is so nice, really feels good. So this is Coco number 2. Let me go on to the next one. And this one you may remember from last year, I think I made it. This is also out of an Indian embroidered fabric, and this is my more ethnic-y Coco, in that it is, yeah, very Indian fabric, so it's obviously got that vibe. And I love wearing this with black, and actually I love wearing it with black trousers and a black top, and then it's just like whoosh, a flash of colour. Yeah. It's actually quite tight on my arms. I have put on a bit of weight on my arms that I need to lose. So this one is feeling a little bit snug on the arms. The other two are okay. But yeah, it's important that you make sure that the fit on the arm is right, because it is a tight sleeve. So you want to check that before you whiz it all up. Because yeah, it'd be very sad to make it and realise it's slightly too tight on your arms, because it is a narrow sleeve. You also need to think about what you're going to wear under it. So if you are going to wear a jumper under it, then you would need to make that sleeve a bit bigger. But the good thing is that because it's a 2-piece sleeve, you have got seams that you can let out, which is good. Right, jacket number 3, on to the final one. Excuse the sirens, guys. Okay, so this is my navy. It looks quite black on screen, but it's a navy wool Coco, and it is possibly the one that I wear the most, because I think because it's so plain, it just goes with everything. It's really lovely, and it's a sort of lightweight wool. It's not too heavy. It's really lovely to wear, and yeah, I just throw it on quite easily without thinking about, oh, will it go with this, this and this. It just generally does go with everything. And yeah, looks very different. So this would be a bit more corporate-y, a bit more office-y, but I don't really have a kind of corporate wardrobe, as you know. My work is not like that, so and I wear it in the weekends to work, in the evenings. Yeah, so you can really make a versatile jacket out of this pattern. So there you go, there is the Coco. Serious nod to Chanel, definitely, and it's such a classic coat. So often a lot of the patterns that I design, I try and make them feel contemporary but also classic, so that they're timeless. They're timeless pieces, because we spend so much time making our handmade wardrobes. I don't like the idea of something becoming out of fashion. So and plus I'm not steered by like what's in fashion when I'm designing. I'm steered by what I find beautiful, what I think would be really useful in your wardrobe, and what also would be timeless. And this is definitely a timeless jacket. So I cannot wait to see all of yours out there. I hope you can see the versatility of what you can do with this, which is why I'm so excited about seeing all of the different Coco jackets with all the different fabric options, because yeah, they can just look so different. So that is it for this week, guys. I shall see you next week, potentially with my makes for August, but if I haven't got them all made, then it'll be with something else. I'll see you then. Bye!